A chilly Valentine's Day here in central and eastern Kentucky, but it was good to see the sunshine and, more importantly, another dry day. Of course, the much advertised heavy rain set to move in Saturday with some flooding expected, of course, given the saturated ground of late. Residually, we'll see some river flooding. That's going to become more of an issue into early next week with the anticipated rainfall on the way, especially with the major rivers and streams. And if that's not enough, colder air settling back in and the potential of some accumulating snow. Yes, by the middle part of next week, clouds thickening up as we speak. Yeah, you see a few returns on the radar, and you will this evening, but the surface pretty dry, so it's going to take a while to saturate things up from top to bottom as the storm system moves in from the west. Overcast downtown Mount Sterling, but quiet and chilly. We're at 36. We've had that persistent east wind at about 10 to 15. It's backing off a little bit, but that has really made it feel pretty chilly out there on this Valentine's Day. Jackson County near McKee, same story there at 38. So most locations here in the Bluegrass, mid to upper 30s, down south, upper 30s to low 40s. Now we are going to back things off a little bit this evening, a few degrees, but we should see wind shift to the southeast and temperatures rise heading toward daybreak tomorrow. Our main player for the weekend weather-wise, this area of low pressure out here over western Kansas moving eastward, and it is going to tap into the Gulf. Plenty of moisture, and of course with the flood potential, we got a flood watch through Sunday, all of central and eastern Kentucky. So let's time this out for you. Overnight after midnight, starting to see a few spotty showers, but the bulk of the rain arrives by daybreak tomorrow. Notice how it lines up just along and south of the I-64 corridor. Now, 24 hours ago, this was farther south across southern southeastern Kentucky, so the model's drifting it a little bit farther to the north. That bodes well for the southeastern counties, which of course had some flooding earlier in the week, but that's not to say it may not shift back to the south. So you really need to just keep an eye on things Saturday. If you live in a flood-prone area, have a plan in place. And we could conceivably see a little bit of a break on Saturday evening before the main surface low sweeps through, and the data indicating a very gusty line of showers and some thunderstorms. Even though the organized severe threat down south, I wouldn't be surprised to see a stronger storm or two. Obviously some additional heavier rain, and then temperatures take a tumble, and we'll be dealing with some snow showers into the day on Sunday. So a widespread 2 to 4, a lot of the data indicating a little less down south, so we'll take that as a positive. The bullseye right now is going to be basically north of Lexington through Louisville and out into western Kentucky. In fact, the chances for flash flooding have been increased to the high level, 4 out of 4 there in western Kentucky. We're still in the moderate 40% or better. That means that within 25 miles of any given point, there's more than a 70% chance there will be flash flooding out into western Kentucky. That's 40 here in the Bluegrass. So the bottom line is everything's still on the table. We're just on the northern edge of the level 1 low-end severe risk with the organized severe threat, maybe even severe weather outbreak across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and back into Arkansas and Louisiana. I mentioned the wind. Look at some of the wind potential, the gusts with that line of showers and storms into early Sunday. Yeah, upwards of 45, even 50 miles per hour. And then the winds stick around through the day on Sunday as the colder air arrives. So you know what that means. That's going to mean wind chill factors down into the upper teens, low 20s, and with the breeze staying up, could be even in the single digits heading into President's Day morning. And if that's not enough, looking down the road next week, cold air in place, area of low pressure along the Gulf Coast, and that could mean, a lot of the data indicating it, some accumulating snow here in central and eastern Kentucky. So quite a busy 7-day on the way. First and foremost, rain returns late tonight, 35 early, but rising temperatures into the low 40s by daybreak tomorrow. Rain heavy at times. Storms late evening. I think a lot of the day will be upper 40s to around 50, and our mildest time of the day may end up being mid to late evening, just ahead of that frontal boundary, and then temperatures head the other way. That 38 on Sunday morning will be more like 28 by the end of the day, and of course dry but cold President's Day. We'll watch for the snow potential into the mid part of next week and additional cold air with highs only into the low 20s a week from now.